Welcome back, investors, to Ticker Time News. I'm Adam, and today we're talking about the four most important indicators you would use to buy a value stock. We're going to dive into the charts and we're going to explain each one individually and show you how they all come together to show you exactly when you should buy a value stock. Let's get into the video. This is the 1 hour chart for Pepsi to show you example of what technical indicators you would use to find a value stock. And right here, I want you to pay attention to this blue line going down across your screen. This is a trend line. And since it is moving in the downward direction, this is a defined downtrend. Now, the smaller blue line that you see here that goes along with the candlesticks, that's the simple moving average. It just helps to smooth out the chart as the candlesticks are formed. So, what we have is number one, price action is in a defined downtrend. The second chart indicator that we want to look at is the RSI, or Relative Strength Index. It's in this purple box right here, the one that's on the top that has these two blue lines in them here. So the Relative Strength Index just gives you a oversold, overbought look at a stock. Now, when the line is going up towards the top and it gets up here into the 60-point range and it goes above this line, maybe up into the 70-point range, that means the stock is overbought. So the price is usually going to be on the higher side when the relative strength index is up. That is not a time to buy. That would be a time to sell if you were doing, say, momentum investing or short term investing. But for value investing, we want to find these peaks and then we want to see a defined downtrend. Number one, a defined downtrend in price, as we have right here. Number two, we want to be able to see a defined downtrend in the relative strength index. And when this line pops out of the bottom of this purple box down here, then we know the stock has been oversold. So it's relatively cheap. This is when we want to buy a stock. Now, if we notice on the downtrend of a stock, this downtrend is much longer than the downtrends of the relative strength index because we've got these two blue lines in the relative strength index, only a much longer line on the price action. So it is possible for the RSI to bottom out, for it to go back up and then bottom out a second time or maybe a third time for a stock to still be in a downtrend. So that's when something else comes in handy, a third indicator. And this will tie everything together on the chart. Now we have another blue line up here on the price action side of the chart. Now, this blue line running straight across here, what this is our support line. So if you go back and you look at a stock's history, you may notice that when a stock reaches a low point on the chart, you'll find that that low point on a value stock in particular can line up with past events and where a stock may be headed. And if you see here, right here, the Pepsi stock came down to this line it bounced off of this line and went back up. It did the same thing over here and a little further back right here. There's one time here where it dipped below it. And in our example that we're using, it has also dipped below that line. So using all of this together to determine when should we buy this stock to hold it for the long term. Number one, we want it to be in a defined downtrend. Number two, we want the relative strength index to also be in a downtrend. What we need to watch is for when does the stock get down to this line, okay? This support line. And to help us out, we can actually set a stock alert. So say, for example, this line is set at right at $129, okay? So what we could do is set a stock alert for $130. And when that alert goes off, we know it's time to hop into the chart, put our trend line on, see what's happening because the price has now fallen into our range. It's fallen to close to support. So we need to determine, is relative strength index showing signs of weakness? Is there a downtrend? And now we know that it has met our initial price alert point for us to look at the chart. Another item that we can use is also volume. It's the little red and green sticks that run across the bottom. If you notice during the downtrend, okay, the volume is low. But as soon as we get to this bottom, this support level, the volume increases substantially. That's because you're not the only investor watching this $130 price level for this stock. Many investors using value investing strategy are also waiting for the stock to hit this level. And when it does, they step in and buy, just like you should. So when you see volume spiking, after volume has been low, when you see that it's in a defined downtrend and it has reached your price target, you see relative strength index is also showing signs of weakness. You know now is the time to step in and buy your value stock. I hope you can use those 4 indicators when you are buying your value stocks. Make sure to smash that like button, click subscribe, and join our family of investors. This video is ultimately for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. You can help out the channel and earn free money while doing it. First, earn $10 worth of Bitcoin by signing up for a BlockFi interest account and depositing $100. Plus, the added benefit to using BlockFi is that you will earn interest of up to 8.6% annually on your cryptocurrency. Second, earn 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850 by signing up to Webull and depositing $100. Click the links below to get started. Now, back to the video.